Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing very well today. In this video, I'm going to be opening a guitar that I think is one of the best deals currently out there. Now, if you take your time and look, there's lots of great deals to be found. This is one of them for sure. The specs on this guitar and the price, pretty incredible from a brand made in Japan. Let's open it up and see what's inside. All right, you guys, here we go. Let's take a look at the guitar. Well, here it is, you guys. This guitar is, yes, a VOLA. And if you guys remember anything about VOLA guitars, they are made in Japan, super strats. So there's the back of the headstock. Obviously, you can see the locking tuners, which is important for a super strat, but also you can see, hopefully, made in Japan. Now, quick specs on this guitar. Roasted maple neck, and it is the modern carve from VOLA. So it's a little bit flatter right in here, so it flattens off quite a bit. There's a couple different neck profiles, but this one has the modern satin feeling, really, really beautiful roasted maple. On the front side, I showed you guys a little bit about that, just straight up dot inlays, stainless steel frets. Beautiful stuff on the neck. Now the body is made from alder and there are two new pickups on this model. We've got a P90 in the neck, which is a little unusual for VOLA and, super strats, and then the fire ice in the bridge. So two new pickups. We'll obviously see what these sound like in a second. Some pretty clever electronics on this model as well. It's just a basic three-way switch, but on the volume, you can pull it out, split the humbucker. On the tone, you can go from kind of bright or regular to extra full. So we'll try that out in a second as well. And then the direct out button in between. So lots of different options in terms of the tones and the pickups. Of course, the clear guard, which is synonymous with VOLA. This is in a black sparkle finish. In some lights, it looks kind of purpley. And then, of course, on the back, you get all the comfort cuts as well. Right, now if you're keeping track of the specs, what do you think this guitar would cost? We've got the locking tuners, we've got the Graphtec nut, roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets, custom pickups, custom electronics, Goto 510 trim, and most importantly, made in Japan, because you can get super strats with some pretty great specs from China, from Indonesia, from Vietnam, or wherever. But when it comes to guitars made in Japan, well, they tend to be super expensive. And this is the first one that I've ever seen break the mold. So here it is. Here's the price on the VOLA. This is $1,150, so $1,150. That's the cheapest Japanese-made super strat I think I've ever seen, which is pretty incredible because VOLA is a very good name. I've played a bunch of them before, and they're made really, really well. So yeah, to have a Japanese-made super strat at that price is pretty incredible, but we need to check out two things. Number one, the tones and the playability, and number two, we're gonna open it up, see what the construction and the parts are like in the back. All right, you guys, let's plug this guitar in and see what it sounds like. All right, you guys, let's kick things off with the bridge pickup. I got a little crunch dialed in, everything wide open. Here's what that sounds like. All right, let's play the same thing in the neck with that P90. See what the P90 sounds like. back to the bridge. So that's the difference between that humbucker and the P90. Let's try splitting the humbucker. So here's just the regular humbucker. I'm going to go ahead and split it. So there you go. Let's try the direct out switch here. This little toggle right there. So I'm just going to hit the cord and I'll keep the same crunch and everything like that. And then I'm going to hit that direct button. You'll see me reach for it here. I'll just change the camera so you can do that. Yeah, definitely adds some extra presence to the chords, which is a nice option when you want to bypass, I guess, the tone controls and all that kind of stuff. You just hit that button, direct out, and yeah, you get the maximum clarity of the pickup by itself, which is pretty cool. All right, you guys, let's try some clean tones. So here we go. This is the neck pickup, everything wide open. Now if I hit the direct out, yeah, just some nice, you know, like I said, a little extra presence or sparkle at the end, at the top end of your tone. And if we use the tone control here, let's play the same chord. And then I think you can pop it out. So here we go. And I think it's just a different profile. Yeah, it's like a different taper on the pot almost. It just sounds a little bit different when you pop it out. I don't know if it's night and day, but yeah, it seems like it's maybe a more gradual taper when you pull it out than when you put it in. That's just my initial thoughts on it. And then let's do both pickups together. Everything open. Definitely got some hair on that tone. This is just on the edge of break up there, so when I dig in. All right, you guys, now that we've heard some tones, let's open up the back cavities and take a look inside. I've removed the screws, but I have not looked in yet, so let's do that together. So here is the trem cavity. I'm going to pull that off and set it aside. And then the control cavity here. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. So here we go. Now, go to a 510. Should be no surprises there. Yeah, it looks great. Really nice and clean. Painted on the inside. Not every guitar manufacturer takes the time to do that. Sometimes it's just raw wood or whatever. It's painted inside here, and it's painted inside here. So that gives a very, very clean and polished look. So that's really nice to see. Wasn't really expecting that. And then let's take a look for the first time in the cavity cover. So obviously we've got some specialized pots here because we've got the push-pull and the filters. So selector switch, all metal. That's great. So no plastic there. And then, yeah, you've got your toggles. Everything looks really clean. It looks like there's kind of two stacked orange capacitors, orange drops. I don't know if that'll be able to see it, but there's two stacked on top of each other right in there. So, yeah, interesting. And I'm assuming that has to do with, yeah, the push-pull tone control that changes. So there you guys go. Really clean, Japanese made, of course, right? This is the difference that you get, like all the small details in every single way is taken care of. You know what? While I have the scale here, well, it'll be minus the cavity covers. Let's just throw it up on the scale because I did not do that yet. It feels to me at or under 7 pounds. So let's see what it says here. Let's throw that on there. Yeah, 7.1, 7.2 once it settles. So just over 7 pounds, 7.2. So there you guys go. That's going to be right in that Goldilocks zone. Very, very manageable in terms of weight. So that's the intangibles. This thing plays amazing. The overall construction is beautiful. Yeah, what else can you say? It's awesome. So here are my final thoughts on the VOLA OZ MRM. Now, number one, VOLA does make crazy high-end, you know, ultimate super strat guitars worth thousands of dollars. So when I was looking at this guitar, I was like, wow, they've done one that's like just over $1,100. Like, where are the compromises? And other than visually, like, you're not getting like an insane, you know, flame maple top or quilted maple on the matching headstock and all that kind of stuff. So you don't get like the custom woods and stuff like that. It's just a straight alder body and with, you know, a sparkle black finish. So there is some savings there in terms of like not using exotic woods. It's all just very practical in terms of like the roasted maple alder body and that kind of stuff. A little bit different too with the P90 in the neck. So, you know, lots of times with the Super Strat, you're just going to be rocking the bridge anyway. So it's kind of fun to put something a little bit more unique in the neck, which does make it stand out. But yes, you get all the, you know, the specs that you would want from a Super Strat. Plays amazing. The fretwork, the stainless steel frets are awesome. So yeah, at just over $1,100, $1,150, it's a steal of a deal. Like I said, you know, if you go overseas to South Korea, to China, to Indonesia, you're going to be able to get this price or less for a Super Strat. But made in Japan and all like those exquisite details that Japanese guitars have, for this price is a no-brainer. And like I showed you guys, like the internals and everything, just beautifully clean, like amazing. Probably one of the nicest internals I've seen in quite some time. So yeah, amazing guitar, amazing price. If you like Super Strats or you don't have one in your collection, this one is kind of gives you that experience without all the, you know, thousands of dollars. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the demo. I'm always looking for guitars that give consumers good value that I can share with you guys. And I think this one is one of the best. I'll link to it down in the video description below. All the gear I use in my videos is down there as well. You can check it out if you're so inclined. Other than that, have yourself a great day, you guys. Take care.